The crowd rises to its feet, salutes the field as it comes down. The green flag waves, and the Hooters 500 is underway. Oh, and we have a spin. Bodine is in the fence. So is Rick Mast.
Oh, no. Davey got through. Kyle Petty got through. I think I saw Alan Kowicki on the bottom of the racetrack getting through.
There are 4 or 5 cars that are heavily damaged. The caution flag is Bill Elliott got through.
Then they're racing back to the
Kowicki.
line. They're racing back to the line, trying to lead a lap. Here they come. Mark Martin trying desperately to lead a lap and get 5 bonus points.
But Dale Earnhardt won't win.
Rick Mast, the pole sitter, is heavily damaged in the right front and in the right rear of the car. The accident occurred as the cars went into turn number 1 after they had completed just 1 lap. Here's what happened. Bodine was in the lead as they crossed the stripe, but Rick Mast was right there on the outside, and then Brett's car got out from under him.
Got out from under him. Rick Mast spins, and we see all the cars going by on the inside. And Mark Martin, what a great job he's doing saving that automobile. Kowicki turned the car left. Now here comes, who is that yellow car? Is that 41?
I believe it.
Is that Hud Strickland in the Kellogg's Cornflakes car?
Here's the green flag. We're back to racing.
Here they are, 3 abreast coming off the second corner. Kowicki drove up on the outside of Elliott, made it 3 abreast. Meanwhile, Rusty Wallace trying to get by Kowicki. That was on the inside of Bill Elliott.
First 4 cars actually have broken away from the rest of the field. There's Bill Elliott and Alan Kowicki running nose to tail. Sterling Marlin behind Alan.
These cars going in these turns at about 200 miles an hour.
Dale Earnhardt and Rusty Wallace almost contact on pit road. Earnhardt has run out of fuel. He radioed the crew just a moment ago, said the fuel pressure gauge has fluctuated. Guys, I got to come in now. And Rusty Wallace is pushing him, trying to give him an assistance down pit road. They are running very, very slowly, and Earnhardt is totally out of fuel. The car number 3 is not running. He is coasting down pit road. Richard Childress and the crew standing here with a bottle of ether to try to get the car refired. And now it quietly, can you believe the luck that Dale Earnhardt has had in 1992? The Goodrich crew goes to work. They will change all 4 tires down here. And Kyle Petty is making entrance on the pit road. Let's go to John Kernan.
Jerry, they've already done right side tires, left side. What's going on? Kyle gets down and away. A pretty fast pit stop for the Mellow Yellow crew. Back down pit road to Jerry Punch.
Work going on the right side and left side of the Kodak Film Chevrolet for Ernie Irvin, who would have been the lead car. They put right side tires on. The crew scampering around. They are pushing Dale Earnhardt's car. Why to get that car fired? And now Earnhardt's car does refire as the Purelator car goes by. The car number 4 going out. Here is Jeff Bodine leading pit road. And the car number 30 has spun. The Pennzoil Pontiac has spun. We should be seeing caution here at Atlanta.
We do see caution. Doyle Ford is waving the caution flag because of Michael Waltrip's spin.
Unbelievable. All these guys ran out of fuel, and before some of the cars could make their pit stop, the caution comes out as Michael Waltrip, the Pennzoil Pontiac, comes off the corner, and around he goes.
no contact with any other driver. The car just broke loose at the top of the racetrack in turn 2, and then he backed it into the wall on the back stretch, and then may have made contact. Don't think he did, but you could see the left front tire below there.
But boy, these points leaders, did they get Bill Elliott, Davey Allison, Alan Kawicki had not made their pit stops. These fellas have got several of good cars a lap down now. Man, Elliott is leading the race. That's 5 bonus points.
That helps him close the gap. Trying to win his second Winston Cup championship. There he is, Bill Elliott leading the race. Second is Alan Kawicki.
Now then, when they make their pit stop, will Davey stay on the racetrack, lead the race, and get 5 bonus points? Will Kawicki? What do you think?
Well, I don't know. They're going to be giving up a lot of track position.
I know they are. Let's see how this plays out.
And
boy, don't you know these radios are going back and forth. What do we do? What do we do? Hey guys, make that call. I'm not going. Here comes Bill. Here comes Alan.
Let's see what Davey does. Davey's to the inside. Yeah, he's coming in. Mark Martin is in. Ricky Rudd and others. Very slowly down pit road.
All these cars that you see coming down pit road had not pitted. Jerry Punch, here they come.
And Alan Kawicki's Hooters crew will go to work on that car. Car number 7 on the bottom of your screen. You're watching the Haviland crew on the top of your screen. 2 competing teams trying to win a race and win a championship. Watching the Haviland crew now. Right side tires already going on. Left side lug nuts coming off. They have fueled the car. They have yet to work on that body damage on the left rear of the Haviland car. Meanwhile, Alan Kawicki cannot get his car in gear. Finally gets in gear. The car number 11 exits pit road. That is the Budweiser car of Bill Elliott. And now Davey Allison heads back to turn 1.
This, you wouldn't believe the guy running about 10th is leading the race, but that's what's happening. Bill Elliott is the leader, and all these cars in front of Elliott laps down, trying to stay on the tail end of the lead lap, and hope the caution flag comes out so they can get that lap back. And once again, gas has played into Bill Elliott's hands. Remember in the spring, he did not have the best car here, but he won the race because he stretched the fuel stop and caught all the other guys in the pits and a lap down.
Admittedly, Bill Elliott had about a 7th or 8th place finish car, but he played it very smart. He and the Junior Johnson team, they stayed out as long as they could, caught the yellow that they needed, and that allowed Bill Elliott to win one of his 4 races in the early part of the '92 season.
Meanwhile, as we watch this, Ernie Irvin is driven by Dale Earnhardt. Remember how they led the race earlier on.
Here is Alan Kawicki going to the inside of Bill, and this is the battle for the lead. And I believe Alan Kawicki would get 5 bonus points for leading that lap. He was slightly ahead of Bill when they crossed the line.
And the point and the scoring stand is here at the start-finish line in Atlanta. If the scoring stand is another location, now here comes Rudd on the outside of Kawicki.
Well, he will get credit for leading that lap, and thus has led in 20 races during the 1992 season, more than any other driver.
Crash down the front straightaway.
Ken Schrader, Wally Dolan back.
Darrell Waltrip's involved.
And Richard Petty is flaming going into turn number 1.
He's knocked the oil cooler off his car, and the oil is on fire.
Richard Petty, the car is on fire. Petty has got the car stopped.
It'll go. Extinguisher. It'll go out. That was Richard yelling to his crew, "Get a fire extinguisher down here."
Yeah, they got there. I pulled up to the fire truck.
Richard said, "I pulled to the fire truck."
Well, I'll tell you, that's a great presence of mind, right?
And what a way for the career of Richard Petty to end. Let's not say right now, though, that his race is over. They could get the car back going, but I doubt it.
Once again, Bill Elliott got through a crash. I didn't see what happened to the crash. I just looked up and saw stuff flying.
There is the king out of the car. And this may be the final farewell.
But thank God he was able to walk away from it and wave to the fans.
But you know, they ought to take the king back to the garage here and something better than a record.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's not a good way to end a career that has been so great. Now here's the crash. That's Trickle.
Ooh,
look at Dallenbach get bumped around.
And there's Richard Petty going in and hitting Darrell Waltrip. Looks like the rest of these cars able to slow down without too much trouble. And Richard driving down to the fire truck, like he said.
Little doubt as to who the sentimental favorite is to win this race and the championship today. It is Georgia's Bill Elliott from Dawsonville. Now there's second and third. Kowicki, a Wisconsin driver, and Mark Martin, originally from Indiana. Jerry, what's the problem on that car?
Well, Mark Martin has radioed and told his crew the car is getting very, very loose. Steve Mills told me they will plan to bring him in around lap 147. That's about 4 laps, about 3.5 laps away. So we'll watch and see him and bring the Valvoline car in and put some fresh tires on in about 3 laps.
From his in-car camera, you guys see evidence of him fighting the thing?
No, it doesn't look that way, is it? Okay, now if we awarded the points right now, Davey Allison would win by 6 points over Kowicki, by 11 over Bill Elliott. This thing is very, very close.
It is tightening up. And here comes Bill Elliott. The leader is on pit road. Again, slowing to make sure he observes the speed limit. Jerry.
And a 4-time winner at Atlanta Motor Speedway and the favorite son of many of the Georgia faithful in this capacity crowd today. Watch and wait as the Budweiser Ford Thunderbird comes to a halt. Tim Brewer and the crew go to work. Mike Hill. They all are changing all 4 tires, fueling the car. Henry Benfield lugs that 75-pound fuel can, shoves it against the left side of the car. Left side jack the car. Lug nuts going on. Fresh Goodyear Eagle, Bill sitting very patiently, and now 21.3 seconds. You heard Elliott squeal away. He wants to win the championship.
Elliott back out on the racetrack as he continues his pursuit for his second NASCAR Winston Cup.
Here's Kowicki trying to get by Elliott. He takes the lead and would win the championship right now, the awarded points. Uh-oh,
But
spoke too soon.
look at Bill. He's coming back on the outside, but no. Kowicki is going to lead this lap by a half a car length.
Here comes Bill back. Takes the lead back.
That's the way to race for a championship.
That's the way to go for a championship.
And the fans at home, I hope, are loving it, because we are.
And Ernie Irvin watching all this. He's getting closer and closer.
He sure is.
Watch, he's right on the back bumper of both these cars now.
Yeah, he wants to get up there and spoil that party.
Kowicki holding the inside line and Elliott holding the high line.
He just can't get up there. We can go up the racetrack and take the lead from Elliott.
Well, both of these guys know that Davey Allison has had problems, and they say, let's forget about Davey. We're going to slug it out for the championship among us all. But here comes Ernie Irvin.
That's it. Attaboy, Ern. Back out of there, boy.
Look at Jimmy Spencer. He's right in there, too.
These cars, as they run side by side, are
Now I
slowing
know
down.
they touched.
That scared them both to death. Maybe they'll back off and get in line now. No, here comes Kowicki back again. Here comes Ernie. He's going to help out. Is he?
Very definitely plays hard on this racetrack.
I mean, it's almost like someone said, hey, guys, you're racing for $1 million. Go for it. And Kowicki now has the lead. Here comes the leader, Kowicki, down pit road. Here's Elliott.
And Jerry Punch will be calling these pit stops.
And Benny, answering your question first, they will not be able to make it all the way unless Bill Elliott gets extra very good gas mileage. We're talking about 86 laps from here to lap 328 as they make their way down pit road. 7 on top of your screen, 11 on the bottom, 7 come 11. They're rolling the dice here in Atlanta. Watch the crews go to work as Alan Kowicki's Hooters crew will change 4 tires on the top of your screen. On the Budweiser crew now going to work on Bill Elliott's car on the bottom. These 2 drivers vying for $1.4 million here in the last 86 laps at Atlanta. Here's the car number 7 exiting pit road, 4 tires being changed there. And you see them from turn 1, they all are scampering back on the track as Kowicki beats Elliott back on the racetrack, and they resume positions here under the caution.
Just barely did he beat Bill Elliott out. And Rusty Wallace comes out in 3rd position. Kowicki leading and Petty trying to get that lap back, and Allen has never had a top 5 finish in Atlanta in 14 previous events. This by far his best outing at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and he is using the best time to do it.
But for the last 3 years here, he has earned more points.
Look crash! Davey Allison is in the crash, Bob.
Ernie Irvin, and it's all over for Davey Allison.
No, it's not over yet. I don't think he hit him that hard, maybe.
Well, he hit pretty well, I think.
He's got a lot of damage to the right side of the car.
Ernie Irvin spinning, coming off of corner number 4.
Davey has got his car moving.
Yeah, he's trying to pull away.
But he can't steer it.
But it won't turn.
It won't turn. The right front will not work. Oh, no, the right front won't work. He's broken the tie rod end off the car, so when he turns the steering wheel, the right front tire won't turn. And there he's a lap down.
Kyle Petty got his lap back. He beat Alan Kowicki back to the start-finish line.
Davey desperately trying to get the car to turn, but it won't happen. The car will back up, but he cannot turn the car and move it ahead to clear Ernie Irvin.
He's broken a tie rod on the right front. Like I said, when he turns the steering wheel, the right front tire won't turn.
And now it's going to come down to 2. Davey Allison's long, tough, emotional season has come to an end.
What a strange twist and turn of events we've had today.
It has been an interesting season. It has been an even more interesting race.
And here comes Bill Elliott.
Now what he has to do is pass Alan Kowicki and keep him from leading the most laps.
That's exactly right. And I'm sure that Tim Brewer, Junior Johnson, those guys are smart enough to realize, Bill, you've got to pass that 7 and lead the rest of the way. If you do that, we can win this baby. Because they would be tied if he can do that. And Elliott has won more times this year than Kowicki would make him the winner.
Exactly what he do. He's going for it.
Here he comes.
Closing in, not able to pass. Lessens the interval to about 2 car lengths.
Are you as nervous as I am, Bob?
Yeah. I just hope these 2 guys don't do anything silly and take each other out. Elliott is way up on the racetrack.
Well, Alan stays out there.
Yeah, he does.
Man, he can't run out of gas down the front straightaway. He'll lose everything if he runs out now.
Yeah, that seems like it's just rolling the dice a little too much. Jerry, what are they thinking now?
They told Alan to pit that time by. Their calculations are it may not make it back. They said, you got to come in. As he went very high in turn 4, he must have just heard him, but he was already past pit exit. So now he will come around and come in this lap. And he let Bill go by, and now we'll watch for Alan Kowicki to make it down pit road, and how long it will take him to get gas only and be able to get back on the racetrack. Drama playing out here in the final laps at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
He raised the hand and said, Bill, you go right on. I'm headed for pit road because I need some gas. And here he comes down slowly, 55 miles an hour. Less than 4 seconds for fuel. Derek Cope was right behind him for a pit stop.
Ned, could he have gotten enough fuel in that car in 3.5 seconds?
Well, I wonder about that, Jerry. Look at that can. Did he get enough of it in there?
I tell you, the can still looks awfully heavy. And you got to wonder, they're going to bring the can over and weigh it. That's how you determine how much fuel they got in that can. And you've got to wonder, boy, wouldn't wouldn't that be something to lose it on about a second and a half fuel stop? They just put the can back up. They probably don't even want to know.
Now, there's not much they can do about it now. If they didn't get enough and he doesn't make it, that's it.
I don't know how quick a can will empty nowadays. They have certainly got it down to a science so that they can get it out of there in a hurry. They might be able to get 10 gallons out of there in about 8 or 9 seconds. So he was, what, 3.4 seconds that we clocked him there?
Yep.
And you're right, Ned. He did not lose a lap. Bill Elliott is about a half straightaway behind him. The leader of the race is now Bill Elliott. Here comes Bill.
Here comes Elliott. Elliott drops down off the banking. Here he comes, Jerry.
Bill Elliott heads down pit road in the Budweiser Ford Thunderbird. This could decide the Winston Cup Championship. Kyle Petty's smoking Pontiac leaves a trail of smoke, and Elliott must drive through here on pit road. Tim Brewer and the crew standing by. Watch Henry Benfield. He's a veteran gas man. Cass going in the car, sitting out 3.4 seconds. And Elliott is away for an identical pit stop. 3.4 seconds for both these guys who got enough fuel in to finish the race.
Both with identical pit stops. Elliott goes back out onto the racetrack. Here comes Alan Kowicki through turn number 1. Can Elliott get up to speed and get the lead?
Yes, he will. He will have the lead when this all boils down. So far, Terry Labonte has not made a pit stop. He's still the leader.
And he came in that last caution and kept his fuel off. He's going to try to go the
He's trying to go the rest of the way. So
as far as winning the race is concerned. But the championship,
so Bill Elliott's going to lead 16 more laps.
Terry Labonte's going to lead these laps.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So Bill Elliott, if it finishes this way, he can't win the championship.
The crew has just told Alan Kowicki that if Bill leads the rest of the laps, that Alan will still get credit for leading the most laps. Therefore, they told Alan to back off, give Bill the race, conserve fuel, and we will win us a championship.
Exactly right. Just what we said a few minutes ago. If Bill leads the rest of the way, Alan will have led the most by one single circuit. Kyle Petty has just been black flagged.
What, 3 more laps, Ned? 3 more for Kowicki?
That's it.
I'll tell you what a day this has been.
Elliott has a rather substantial lead. He's entering turn number 3 as Alan is halfway down the backstretch. So it's a fairly substantial lead for Bill Elliott. But it's really, besides his 5th victory of the year, going to do him no good because he's going to lose the Winston Cup.
2 more laps for Kowicki.
Hamilton has just run out of gas, and Richard Petty coming out of the garage area.
Here comes Richard in the SDP Pontiac. He has the car running again with just 2 more laps to go, but he will be on the racetrack when the checkered flag drops. He was involved in a spectacular accident early in the race. It saw the car break an oil cooler up front, caused some white flag is out, causing some fire, but Richard is back out on the racetrack. The white flag is out. Now Alan Kowicki comes down and gets it. There is less than 1 lap to go around this 1.5-mile oval at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are not following the leader of the race. We are focused in on Alan Kowicki, who is going to win the 1992 NASCAR Winston Cup and the $1 million bonus that goes with it. Bill Elliott comes off the 4th corner. He wins the Hooters 500. But Alan Kowicki is coming off of corner number 4, knowing that he's winning the championship. There's the checkered flag for Alan. He's the champion for 92.
One happy human being right there. Alan Kowicki has got to be on top of the world right now. Undoubtedly, the most happy moment of his life.
Last time an owner-driver won the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship was Richard Petty in '79, and how appropriate on the day he retires, Alan Kowicki becomes the first since then to win the title as driver and owner. Here's Jerry.
And Bob, there were those that questioned his sanity 2 years ago when he turned down the likes of Junior Johnson and Bud Moore and Rick Hendrick to do it yourself. And Alan, today, it had to be all worthwhile. Congratulations.
I'll tell you, man, this is like living a dream here. The car ran great. Our engine was fantastic all day, and car handled real well. And the Goodyear tires, this is the fastest we've ever run at this track and the longest the tires have ever lasted. The Goodyear radials work great. I got to thank my sponsors, Hooters Restaurant, Naturally Fresh Salad Dressings, Classic Mixers, and Ford Motor Company. This Ford Thunderbird's been a great car for us all year long. We ran great. I led the most laps. I knew how far I had to go in a race to lead the most laps, and at that point, you know, there was no way that he could beat me. I was a little bit safe coming down pit road, and we lost first gear in the transmission on our first pit stop. So I had trouble getting out of the pits all day long. You know, I think that's probably where he made up a little bit of time on me was, you know, getting in and out of the pits because we were having transmission trouble. But at that point, I knew where we were. You know, I wanted to win the race because we had led quite a while, but there'll be other races, but this championship's what I wanted. And I just, you know, thank God for the fortune to be here and to be an American and compete on the Winston Cup circuit. Man, when I moved down south years ago, this was my dream. I came in a pickup truck and a trailer, and I want to thank all the people that along the way in ASA and everywhere in my career have helped me. And, you know, I said that we made this, nickname this car the Underbird today. We're going into this race the underdog, and we ran good. I'm really proud of the whole team. Paul Andrews, Danny Glad, Ron Vaccaro, Randy Clary, the guys in the engine shop did great. There's more, Gary Preziosi and Shane Parsnow, Tony Gibson, Pete Jackson, Jeff Bice, Tom Mount, on and, you know, if I forgot anybody, I'm sorry, but it was a team effort. We got a great team, and I'm really proud of them. I couldn't have done it without them. It's, you know, I said, this is a long answer to one question. Cut me off whenever you're ready.
That's fine, Alan. I know you're going to catch your breath. Let us just congratulate you again on becoming the 1992 Winston Cup champion. Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, this is just a storybook ending, having Hooters sponsor the race, and my dad's here, and just really wonderful.
Alan Kulwicki, how appropriate here in his 7th year of driving in Winston Cup that he would drive car number 7 to the Winston Cup Championship. The last one to win as a car owner and a driver. Who else but King Richard Petty? Richard,
It's Frank Anderson.
it's been a wonderful 4 decades, and it's over.
Yeah, that's what I found out when I made that last lap there. It's been wonderful. I mean, 35 years, the good Lord's looked after us all these years. And, you know, I'm still walking around. You know, I hate to got in a wreck and disappointed me and some of the fans, but the big deal is we're here talking to you when it's over with, and I wouldn't change none of it. I wouldn't trade nothing for nothing else.
Neither would we. Thank you so much, Richard, for all the memories.
Well, Bill Elliott, you did just about everything you could. You won the race, but as you said when you climbed out of the car, hey, I won, but I lost.
Well, it's been a long year, and, you know, regardless of what happens, it's been one of those type seasons, and a lot of things has happened, and I mean, I'm just glad it's over with. This Budweiser Amoco team has done a fantastic job all year long. And to go out, winning the race, the last race Richard Petty will ever run in, I guess that says something. You know, we've done about everything else. We didn't win the championship. And I think we're going to go up to Bill Elliott Ford tomorrow. We're going to have a hell of a car sale.
Okay, I'll see you there. Bill Elliott in Victory Lane, guys.